episode 24. We're about to have Griot Noy and Sean Lynx of North Carolina jump on. What brings us here is the Steel Fly album. I spun that thing like 20 times. Instant classic in my books. And I'm about to invite them on. Stand by. There we go. Peace, Griot.
Yo, peace. Let me see if I can do the sideways joint. Is that lining up right if I do sideways?
Yeah. You're, that's better. That's better, if that's cool with you. What up, Sean? Thank you for joining, man. Not much, man. Just another long day, work, life, and now we're here. How are you guys doing? How was your day?
Man,
chilling.
move.
Noy, what up?
What's going on? Yo, what's going on?
Young champion was popping.
Yeah. So Noy, you're in Charlotte, and Sean, are you in, was it Rocky Mountain? Is that right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, Rocky Mount. I'm from Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Is that close?
Nah, that's like 3.5 hours away. But I'm out here in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Okay, gotcha. Well, are you originally from North Carolina? I thought I read that, but maybe I got it wrong.
Originally from North Carolina.
Okay, gotcha. So I like to start with how I heard about you guys. Dropped Out Beats. He's been kind of following my interviews, I think, for a couple of interviews now.
Word.
And I know you did some dope work with him, Noy. Some really dope tracks. He said you guys are gonna do more work. Anyways, I'm looking forward to that. But I'm getting off topic. So he DM'd me and he's like, you should interview Griot Noy. I think he mentioned that he thought you had the album of the year, Steel Fly, produced by Sean Lynx. So I took mental note. Then I finished my interview with Javi Darko and Ja King, the Divine. I went back to my DMs just to catch up, and then I caught that message. I checked out the album, and I just got pulled in, man, just by the production and the rhymes.
Dope.
It just took me back to a dope place in hip-hop, and I got sucked in. So, yeah, man.
Dope. That's dope. That's what we want. That's what we love to hear.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate that.
Yeah. No, the honor is mine, man. Whenever someone creates a masterpiece, I'm looking forward to talk to them, man. I consider it a masterpiece in my book. So,
shout out to Drop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
My boy, that's my boy. Yeah, most definitely.
Did you mention you have a label situation that you're gonna start where he'll be a part of that? Is that that right? Or
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Palace Productions. That's kind of something we I started out with some folks I kind of met in college out in like Illinois, you know.
Yeah.
And so we've been starting that. It's a few artists on there, but he's the first producer that's on there.
Nice.
That's my guy.
Yeah, that brand new joint. The beat was crazy. The rhymes are crazy. Looking forward to hearing more for sure.
Yeah.
So interestingly, I from what I understand, you and Javi Darko and Ja King the Divine, like you guys stay in touch. Is that right?
We sparred. You know, we sparred before. Sent, you know, you want to send some. Sometimes you send tracks kind of just to see kind of compare with other people to see how sharp you at, where you at, what your pen game is, what people is working on and stuff like that. So we'll spar, and we'll talk, and we've definitely shot some stuff back and forth before, for sure.
Yeah. Those are some dope MCs to exchange bars with, man. That Fear and Loathing in Long Island is easily one of my favorite albums of all the artists I've interviewed, man. They're making some really dope music for sure. So yeah, I thought maybe we'd start with your name, Griot. To me, it's an interesting name. It caught my attention. And then going through your catalog, I actually went through both your catalogs as far as Spotify goes. I listen to everything. That's what I like to do in preparation. So I noticed on your 2022 album, Explanation Kills Art, you got that clip with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And he's explaining what griot means, right?
Definitely.
Is that where you got your name from that clip? And can you explain to the people in attendance, if you like, what it means and why you took that name?
Basically, a griot is like traditionally is like a West African storyteller. So it's like it also was like a band. It could be a traveling musician, a poet,
Right.
or artist, or just a librarian who keeps the history. You know, before the internet, we had to do things by word of mouth. That's how you
Right.
know the history. Your parents told you, you tell your kids, they tell their kids.
Right.
But as far as the Dave Chappelle thing, I definitely stole the line he said, you know, when a griot dies, it's like a library gets burned to the ground. I use that a lot.
Mm.
I
Okay.
stole that. I stole that from him. But I actually came upon that term from my dad. Actually,
Hmm.
my dad is actually a author. I was
Oh
raised by
wow.
an author, so
Wow.
he's always been like writing stories, and I
Mm.
used to walk in on him in his study, and he voicing characters and all that type of stuff, and telling he from West Philly, uh,
Right.
so he had all type of stories to tell that he put into books and became a New York Times bestseller author like
Wow.
that. So I'm gonna turn griot from him, and kind of ran with it.
Nice. Is there a popular book, like a title you can throw out there if you care to?
Oh
Just
yeah, his bestseller is his best-selling book is it's called Fly Girl. Um,
okay. Gotcha.
that's his
Cool.
most popular joint. Yeah, he went New York Times with that one.
Interesting. Interesting. So you know what? Since you brought that up, he's a writer. What does he think of hip hop music and lyrics? Does he believe in the medium? Does he see
Uh,
the value or no comment?
he we we argue about music a lot. We don't get along musically. We don't get along
Got
creatively
it.
at all.
Got it.
Uh, he's into music, but he's very, 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 very traditional. He doesn't like profanity. He
Right.
doesn't like this. He doesn't like no N words, no profanity, and he likes simple concepts. Not
Right.
too much going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's very traditional.
Gotcha. Thought I'd ask you. I didn't catch who produced Explanation Kills Art. I didn't really catch who the producer was. Is it like
That
a bunch of producers
yeah,
or?
that was kind of a compilation. That was the last joint I've done where I'm in my bag where I'm a growing artist, so I'm still stealing beats from some places. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
gotcha,
I'm
gotcha.
on YouTube searching. I'm downloading joints off Muggs albums that they already rapped on and rapping on it myself.
Yeah,
Like Charlotte Revenge. That was Alchemist. I stole that off Benny. That was a Benny beat. Charlotte Revenge freestyle, and a few other ones on YouTube. There were a few producers who I got to speak to though on that one, but it was basically a compilation, a whole bunch of different stuff.
gotcha. And Sean, I promise I got questions headed in your direction.
All good. All
Just
good.
going through the motions here, man.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
so Explanation Kills Art. That's an interesting title. You mind telling us kind of what that means? I mean, this album is more introspective than Steel Fly. I think that's a fair statement, right?
Oh,
It starts with a slower pace, the opening few tracks. Do you care to tell us kind of what it means to you, the title?
man, explanation kills art. For me, that kind of represents. That's how I feel. Creatively, that's kind of how I think. Um, Sometimes I don't necessarily like to have to explain my art because you kill someone else's interpretation of what they could have developed from it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
right,
that was my main concept for that. Like, okay, what I said, whatever you think I said, that's what I meant. Whatever each
gotcha,
individual, whatever he thinks, whatever she think I said, whatever he think I
gotcha.
said, that's what I said. I'm not gonna correct you. That's what I
Okay,
meant. Whatever
cool.
you interpret.
So I have a few lines of yours. If you're cool, I'll quote them. If you think it's overkill, though, just let me know.
Oh no,
uh,
don't worry.
so I want to get into what I like about your music, Griot. So the way you put your rhymes together, it's nice and clean. You said in your own rhymes you think you sound like Big L, right? I think you sound a bit like Big L, but you got more soul as well, if I could say that.
I can agree with
Uh,
that.
um, and it's easy to enjoy your raps, but the thing is, the more I listen to it, the more I get hit with like things I missed. You know what I'm saying? So that Steel Fly album, it actually got better with every listen. I'm always catching something. that I missed actually. You know what I'm saying? So, and to me, that's hip hop, where you have layered messages and you don't always get it on the first listen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
So, yeah, ill voice, ill cadence. And I really like that you're embracing the blue collar image, steel toe general. Like to me, that's relatable. I've been listening to hip hop since I was 1987. I feel like I've heard and seen it all. I never heard of steel toe general before. You know what I'm saying? And I wish more people would bring different perspectives to music. So I commend you for that. Was that a joint decision between you two to actually bring that to the forefront? Or was that all your idea? Or
Uh, you know how this developed there's kind of a trifecta of things that brought us together. It's all kind of happened in one night. When it started piecing together.
right?
I was looking. I was in my blue collar stuff naturally. I was between jobs at the time though. I was doing heavy, just Uber actually. I did Amazon last. I was doing heavy Uber.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get in at the airport, but I hadn't started yet.
Got it.
So picking people up, dropping people off. My steel toe. But I was looking for. I don't know. I was listening to a lot of Raz Fresco. I was listening to a lot of Sean Lynx, and kind of between the fashion of like the steel toe. One aspect is people been bringing back the workwear, and the one thing they haven't been bringing back is steel toe boots. That's the one. That's the thing that's essential though. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
the thing where if you don't bring those, they might send you home because if you drop some on it, that's a liability to the
Yeah.
whatever company
Yeah.
you work at.
Right.
But when I came up with that concept of like I bought some steel toe boot, I got like 3 pairs of something that night, and I was like, I got to do a project about it. And I was thinking, I was like, Sean Lynx is the only who's gonna produce, and I was like, Sean Lynx is the only person. I never rapped on none of his stuff before, but we've been acquainted though. But
Okay.
his sound came to mind immediately though of what I seen from his production. So I was like, man, I gotta hit this dude, and he was messing with it.
Maybe I'll change course. Like I have an agenda, but sometimes I change course. But since you
Yeah.
brought that up, how long have you known of each other for? Like, have you ever encountered each other in the scene before?
Uh,
Sean, did you want? Do you?
Nah,
what year? Yeah.
we basically met on Instagram, and we got up on Instagram, and I saw his music and saw his page. I started following him. We
Mm,
started following each other, and we reached out like, yo, got some dope work. Yo, you got some dope work. So we eventually locked in and came up with a nice little project. Still flying all of that. Like he hit me and was like, yo, I got this idea. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I felt like, with how he raps and his style of how he does his music, I felt like my beats would make a dope match. So
mm,
he hit me with the idea. I sent them beats, everything how you hear it, all the songs and stuff. That's how he sent it back to me. I just sent him the beats,
got it.
and he just came up with the genius work, man.
Right. So, I went back through your catalog, Griot, and the last 2 years or so, I feels like more like sample-oriented boom bap-ish, if you'd
Yeah.
agree with that. But before that, you're rapping over trap beats, you're doing melodies, a little bit of singing. You're pretty good at all of that. Did you expect that you would take this turn stylistically? Um,
I mean, absolutely. I feel like the difference is that stuff for this caliber, what Sean Lynx is sending me, is very hard to find in the wild. Like in a unique circumstance. Like I'm not gonna go on YouTube and really find no Sean Lynx type beat.
mm,
So I think it was a lot of it was the connection and lack of resource earlier on where I got to use what I'm going to use. And
yeah,
I listened to so much different music for so many different artists that it was like, I'm inspired by all type of stuff. I get inspired by R&B sometimes. I want to get in my feelings a little, whatever you want to call it. But at the core, I really like that hard hip hop stuff. But it's hard to find though that sound
Yeah.
outside of the generic patterns and the the boom bat, the basic boom bat kit, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and Sean be going stupid. So me
Right.
getting that connect was big for me.
So, and you know what? If I compare it to Explanation Kills Art, like you came out swinging with Steel Fly, and I'm sure that was inspired by Sean's production. So, I want to quote Blue Collars off Steel Fly, track off Steel Fly.
Yeah,
It let me know what I'm about to get into. It gave me a taste. I think these were the opening bars. So I was in the fast lane, back pains, trying to clear my bad name. Work at Amazon, clocking hours when the cash came. 9 slips, bugging in the back of that van, tossing items out the exit, watching packages land. I knew my roots like Illmatic, yo, the back of my hand. I knew what I was getting into with that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
Bars.
of course, yeah, man. So
Bars.
yeah, so that was dope. Wanted to ask you, what does Steel Fly mean to you?
Oh
Well, what
man,
does it mean?
look, this the question I've been waiting to
Oh
answer.
yeah, all right, here we
I
go.
mean, that means a few things to me. It goes a lot. It's almost like a triple entendre. I want to say.
Okay,
Uh, Primarily, Steel Fly. That blue collar worker energy. There's a magnetism about it and an attraction about it. Like you get off that long shift, that 12-hour shift. You're going straight to the crib. You're not worried about the outside distractions. You got money to make. You got a family to feed. You got bills to pay, and it's
right,
all. And what you're doing is all legal as well. You opted
right,
to do this because at the end of the day, it's hard living, but you get
yeah,
them by. You're not dead. You're not in jail. But the still fly aspect is that still fly. Like there's something that's alluring about that. That's fly. You know what I'm saying?
right,
How this dude carries
right,
himself, how
right,
he carries himself like that. That's fly. Women like that.
right.
Dudes wanna homies. The homies think that's cool. People wanna kind of. It's a cool role model. I know I had some clips with Terry Crews in there from Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh yeah,
Drew Lee. That's
okay,
that type of energy a little bit where he got stuff to do, and
right,
it's appealing. And the other aspect would be still fly, where for the sake of protecting, you would maybe you would let steel fly. You would let
right.
some steel fly for the sake of protecting what you appreciate and what you value in your family and all that type of stuff.
Got it, got it. So I'm gonna quote a few lines from Carhartt Criminals. Then I'll ask you a question if that's cool with you.
Okay, yeah, well,
Um, so quote one, I'll try not to mess this up. Working class, but I still get a bag. It ain't about the money, kid. It's where you put it after. Touching so much paper, I've been flipping through the chapters. When you get in bank, gotta modify your stature. Round of applause, my people been living lavish. So that's one quote. I'm gonna quote one more, and then I'm gonna ask you a question about this
okay,
track.
yeah,
Uh, Forklift driver, work fits flyer, steel toe thug and lay verse shit fire. Non-slip waterproof boots, it's required. Shit, they send you to the crib if you missing the attire. So, what is a Carhartt criminal to you? What does that mean?
man. To me, that's depending on who you are, like that's some of that explanation kill art by, because depending on who you are, that might mean something else. Uh,
Right,
but for me, that's like you just putting in your grind. You doing all your activities in your work where you thugging it out. You thugging out what you have to go through with what you're equipped with. So you a Carhartt criminal, you thugging it out. And although you might not even be breaking the law,
right.
but just that aspect, it's the energy to it. You know what I'm saying? How you move, how you carry yourself, how serious you take, your stance.
Yeah, got it. Um, and then Cold Fly, Sean, you jumped on. You had a line there was memorable. Moving through the building like a superintendent. I thought that was a dope visual, man. Potent.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
were you that was a menacing verse, of course. All of your verses are menacing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Appreciate that.
what were you tempted to be featured more on this project, or you wanted
Nah,
to?
I just felt like, you know, certain joints, you know, we was putting together.
Right.
I just felt like, you know, it was needed.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was needed for me to, you know, get on and smash something.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, like I said, this is like my first project I produced that I presented to the world, because I got other projects I did for the homies back in the day and stuff like that. But this right here, I just felt like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna get on this joint, get on 2 joints on this,
Yeah.
and it worked. It worked good, man. Like, you know, the responses, and you know what I'm saying, how everybody, you know, they loving it, man. And I appreciate everybody who tapping in. It's real dope.
Absolutely. And yeah, so to touch on the production, like as far as production goes, like this is my type of production. There's a lot of dope production out there, but this is literally my type of production. Literally like front to back the whole album. Like I had a 2 hour drive for work, 2 hours there, 2 hours back, and like I played the album twice, and I'm just in a trance to these beats, man. The horns, the guitars, the
That's dope.
kicks, like everything, man. I just love that shit. I wanted to ask you, uh, the drums for the most part, you program the drums, obviously. I assume, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Are they basically looping the whole time and then cutting them out, or is there
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
more
They
more
loop
to
it
it?
the whole time. Yeah.
Got it.
When I do my production, I loop my drums, and you know what I'm saying, I throw my samples or whatever I'm doing, and basically I just loop everything around, and you know, put some drops in them.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Real simple.
yeah.
Real
And
simple.
he
It
gonna make it sound like that. But I seen him make a bit be funny. Look, he make that shit seem like it's nothing, bro. Like
yeah.
I in the back like, damn, you know what? You send me that one. He be like, all right, on to the next. He on to the next joint already. I don't even get
The
to listen to that one no
the
more.
the
He
drum
banging the next one.
the drums are simple but smooth. Like I love it. Again, front to back. Like there's not a dull moment on this project
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. I tried to mix it up, man, and you know what I mean. You know, some albums you hear the same kick, the same snare. You know,
Yeah,
I like to put different flavors in my joints. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. Yeah. So how is this your first full length like album production? Did I get that right? Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. It's not. It's the first I presented to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I've been putting music out like officially for like almost the past 3 years, two and
Yeah.
a half years. So this is my first project I fully produced
Mm.
on my little, you know, my little come up, as I would say. You know what I'm saying? Me, you know, being out and dropping music officially. But like I said, I got a couple of projects I did for the homies, you
Got
know,
it.
back in the day. So this is my first
Got it.
when I actually put out and let the world hear. You know what I'm saying? As I'm getting my buzz and people, you know, they getting hip to me. So, you know.
Yeah. It's definitely a crazy first project to put out to the world, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
Um.
that.
So were you a producer before you were an MC?
No, no, no. I was always MCing first. I've been making beats officially since 2008. But I
Got it.
always, you know, dibble and dabble and learn how to, you know, use the drum machine around like when I was 17, 18. My homie LOC, I was a part of a group called Young Planets in New York. And
Okay.
I got family in New York, so I always lived in New York off and on, go there every summer as a kid. And
Right.
as I got older, I was rhyming, so you know, my peoples, you know, turned me on to his brother. So
Right.
I went and chilled with the homies, and they was doing music and stuff like that. So I got hip to learning how to make beats, and you know what I'm saying, learning how to rhyme in the booth and stuff like that.
Right.
So I just never
Right.
stopped, you know, having a love for creating my own sound and making my own beats. So as I got older, you know what I'm saying, I just bought my own drum machine, my own, you know, set up my own little studio, and I've been going hard ever since. So I kind of like fell back on rapping for a little while,
Mm.
but not. I mean, bars still came to me and stuff like that. I never really stopped, but
Right.
I mostly spent like a good 10 years just producing
Wow.
and making beats, and you know what I'm saying, I would say I just mastered my craft of production, you know what I'm saying, for those
Did
10 years.
did you keep it like private to yourself, or like did people in your city know
Yeah,
you? Like were
I
you
mean,
like
a couple people knew who I was and stuff like that, but I mostly kept it private though.
gotcha?
You know what I'm saying? I probably, you know, a couple people here and there, you know what I'm saying, heard it and stuff like that, but it was basically private though.
Gotcha. Um, so how long did it take you guys to put the album together from end to end?
Damn.
What do you think, Griot? About almost a year? Not
I don't even
even.
want to. Let
Maybe
me see.
about 8, 9 months or something like that.
It was. I want to say maybe because I think I hit you in October or September of 2022. I think I want to say it was like something like that, like October maybe.
Mm,
Yeah, a little under a year, probably something like that.
Yeah,
But you know,
gotcha.
we've been sitting on it. You know, getting everything together too. So you know what I'm saying. And
yeah,
just to add that as far as time.
Yeah,
yeah. As
yeah,
far
yeah.
as far as the recording, I want to say at least the recording was done at least 1 month or a month and a half before it came out, maybe 2 months before it came out, maybe I don't know,
Gotcha.
but we was getting
Who
mixing done.
who who had a hand in sequencing the beats? Was that your handiwork, Sean, or you guys was that like a joint
Just
thing, or and picking the
how the
beats?
album is put
Yeah,
together. Now, I hit Griot had a he had he had an order. We both had our orders of how we
right.
wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? But when I sent him my order, he was just like, "Yo, I think that's it." You
It
know what I'm saying?
works.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
Yeah, it was
nice.
something like that. I made an order and I was playing through it and I was like, yo, he gonna love this shit. This shit's crazy. And then he was like, yo, I
Yeah,
made my own order too. And I played his shit and I was like, damn, his shit way better than mine.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
we did that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did the um like I did like the way I put together albums and stuff. Like it comes to me easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's perfect, man. The sequencing is perfect, man. Again, not a dull moment. Before I forget, I wanted to ask about the Busta Rhymes vocal clip. How did that come together? Where he's shouting out Griot? Do you know Busta Rhymes, or
That
how did that happen?
was that was like, it's funny because I've been holding on to that. I'm the type of person where usually I don't like to I don't like to use things or go deeper into things if I don't feel like I'm skilled enough yet.
Right.
But I've been holding that onto that clip for probably 2 years. I had that happened 2 years ago,
Wow.
where he he posted a snippet of something on Instagram,
Hmm.
and he gave me a little shout out. That was like, and it's funny because I wasn't that good back then. That was a song Makes Sense. He actually shouted out that song Makes Sense that I did in like 2019 or 2020, or actually I think that was 2021. Yeah, because I did 3 EPs in 2021. So I think
Hmm.
that was 2021. And I saved it up. I was like, man, I gotta use this on something. And
Right.
when he sent me that beat, I was like, it just made me feel like I gotta put it on there.
You got to pull it out of the vault.
Yeah.
yeah.
So so he caught it. Oh, go ahead.
On my
Sorry.
bad.
Apologies.
When he sent it back to me and I heard it, I was like, "Oh shit, that's fire!"
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was dope.
Nice. So you guys have the one video. Is there anything more planned video-wise? Like I know Griot, you mentioned to me you might drop another project by the time the interview starts. I don't know. I personally, I just feel like you've just scratched the surface with this album. Personally, not to influence you, but is there anything more planned for this album, or video, or promotion-wise,
Yeah,
or
definitely. We got
Yeah.
another video coming. We shooting
yeah?
we getting together the 10th.
Oh wow. Okay.
We setting it up. We got a dope joint coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do that one.
we ain't done.
Dope.
Yeah. As far as the like promotions and stuff, we definitely still we working on the physicals, so that's gonna have a whole wave of promotion with it.
Got it.
As far as trying to get stuff like that together.
Usually what I do, every guest I have, I buy one digital from every guest. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't find a digital, but I'm gonna buy one of your digitals just, you know, to support. So yeah, man.
I have that up. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait for that because I wanna say I bought the Steel Fly for sure. So wanted to get into kind of your evolution a bit, Griot. So again, going through artists, just bear with me here. It's interesting going through artists in your age bracket. Reason being is because all of your music is online. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you compare that to someone like Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, you're not gonna find your early shit online, right, Sean?
Right.
So you could see the whole evolution. So it's kind of interesting to see how you've evolved. So I already mentioned, like, you weren't always on sampled shit. You were doing trap beats, harmonizing, singing, things like that. Also doing old school sounds. In terms of like subject matter, you know, if I can mention, you've said things like you're in a family where there's a lot of scholarships. You talk about struggling with school. You talk about working at Amazon. You talk about working constructions. You also talk about kind of being a stone throw away from street shit. You talk about being introverted, all that stuff. So can you tell us about growing up, if you care to, and what molded you as a person, Griot?
Man, then that's a loaded question.
I apologize if I compounded that too much.
Oh no. But yeah, I'm from I know I mentioned my dad is an author. I'm actually from, my whole family, my whole household is writers, basically, in different lanes.
Right.
And I'm the baby, is what you say. And I was the last one. I was like, I'm not right. I actually went into school for video game design. I was doing video game design at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
What aspect? Because I did computer graphics in college.
Like coding, like really making levels and stuff like that.
Okay. Oh shit! Wow.
Basic video games. But now I found out shit was hard, man.
Right. Yeah.
I went more with my natural instincts. But my brother's a sports writer. My mom is like, she worked at the newspaper for a long time, and now she's a professor. And my dad's the author.
Yeah.
But growing up, especially on my mom's side, scholarship is huge. And I did have one. I don't mention this too often in my music, but I ran Division I track for like 5 years, just about.
I did catch wind of that somewhere, either in your posts or your music, though. But go ahead.
Yeah. And I went D1 in Illinois. I was in Southern Illinois, and I ran there like 2 years, and I quit my third year. You know, I fell out with coaches, and I transferred, finished at A&T. But growing up, I've always struggled with school. Like, not because I can't pick it up, but because I couldn't pay attention. But then as I got older, it was less of I couldn't pay attention, and I don't see the worth in it as much. There was like a trade-off. I went through a little trade-off where why I'm in school is because I wanted to go professional in track. So I had to be eligible enough to be on the team still. But as I fell out with my coaches, I started falling out of love with track and started finding rap music more.
Right.
So when I found rap music too much and I lost my track scholarship, it put me in a position where it was like, okay, well, I don't have to be eligible anymore. So what am I in school for if I don't want to use none of that stuff? I want to make music, and this stuff is not going to help me rap better.
Right.
And with scholarship being so big, at that point, I'm already 4 years in to school.
Yeah.
You know, I transferred, I'm 4 years in, and everyone's like, yo, you about to finish? And it's like, damn, this is the only thing in my life I hate. Like, I literally don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy it at all.
Yeah.
So it was like I was in that type of situation, which is funny. It ended up taking me 6 years to finish. But my degree came in yesterday.
Wow.
Which is
congrats.
I mean, Yeah, I ended up graduating, but it was like, man, I'd never do it again.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
never do school again. I just don't like the feeling.
Gotcha, gotcha. And I caught that you took a break as an artist, right? What compelled you to take a break?
I mean, just trying to. That was more so my period of like transfer. I did a transfer. I went to SIU from SIU to North Carolina A&T. So I went to like I went from where I was undervalued but capable of much more athletically, I guess if you want to say that. And I fell off and had a period where I grew my music a lot.
Mm,
And then I went to an environment where they're a lot more competitive. You know, A&T was the second best team in the country, like of anybody. Like any school you could, like D1, you know, LSU, we beat them. Ohio, we beat them.
wow,
Alabama, we beat them. You know, so I'm here. It's Olympians at practice every day. You
wow.
know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, I gotta back off this music stuff. I don't want to even keep up with these mugs. These mugs running on TV,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
run, running in the Olympics and all type of shit like that.
Mm,
You know, it was Olympians in my apartment. I was living with people who was on world platforms. You know, we eating at the same table for dinner and stuff.
yeah,
So I ended up putting it down a little bit.
yeah,
Back
yeah.
in
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, and I find it's hard to keep like I've probably spent 7 years total as an organized artist on and off, but it's hard to keep the motivation up when you're around people that don't give a shit about what you're doing. I don't know if you had that circumstance, but yeah. Um, so getting back to North Carolina, I thought I'd Google who some of the rappers are out of North Carolina. So we got J. Cole, The Baby, P.D. Pablo, some names that resonate with me, Jermaine Dupri, Big Pooh, Fonte, Ninth Wonder. Thought I'd ask both of you guys, starting with Sean, like how would you describe the hip hop scene in North Carolina, or if you want North and South Carolina at this point? But I thought I'd ask you guys.
I think it's dope, man. It's real diverse. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? In North Carolina, I always looked at it like you got bitters out here. You got people who do the trap music. You know, it's something for everybody out here. So for
nah,
me,
I think
it's diverse.
yeah,
gotcha.
it's versatile. It's the same as he's saying. Like, it's people that could do whatever here. Because I think what a lot of people underestimate about North Carolina is there's a lot of people here where either they came from up north and settled here, or people up north where their roots are here. So there's like heavy ties.
Huh.
So you're going to get that. But ultimately, it's still the South.
Gotcha.
Um, so you get a lot of that twang, a lot of stuff like that. And you know, as a me being raised in Charlotte, of course, I'm familiar with all of a lot of the artists. Like I know you miss Rhapsody, she's crazy. She's North
Yeah,
Carolina.
yeah. I saw her
Um,
name too. Yeah.
Ruben Vincent, Mavi is getting real big now. Mavi is Charlotte. I went to middle school with Mavi actually. So it was, you know, small city. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. So Sean, I thought I'd ask you an interesting question. How would you describe Griot's place in North Carolina hip hop today? I thought I'd ask you, Sean.
He definitely a staple in this joint.
Yeah.
Cause for him to be young as he is, and I'm saying dope as he is, and putting Carolina on his back, and what I'm saying, like he definitely making his own mark in this shit. So what I'm saying, like I always feel like I gotta give props. What I'm saying, to
Right.
what props is due. What I'm saying, if you dope, you dope. It, like hands down, like Griot one of them ones. So everybody just got to be on the lookout because his pen is crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
But
definitely you should see his name the next time you Google it. You
yeah,
Google North Carolina rappers. You know what I'm saying? You should see his name.
I agree. It should be there based
Yeah,
off the quality
definitely,
of Steel Fly, man,
definitely.
for sure. Um, by the way, I'm from Toronto. I don't know if you guys know, but I
Okay.
talk to artists from different cities, U.S., Canada, all the time. So it's interesting for me just to learn about what's going on in different cities. And Griot, if I could ask you, what would you say Sean's place is in North Carolina hip hop
This dude,
or South Carolina,
man,
whatever?
this dude is a menace. He the most consistent. Nobody nobody is putting in work like Sean Lynx, man. Like you see, it's a lot of good artists in North Carolina. It's a lot of tough ones, but
Right.
ain't nobody like really working like that. You know what I'm saying? This dude, you don't know what this dude got up his sleeve right now. Nobody could tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Right.
can't tell you. I've been at his crib and seen the lab, and I couldn't even tell you. I still be over there like, damn, you still had this, and then you
Right.
still have this. You know, people take years to put out stuff, 5 years, one album or one mixtape, and it don't be all that. And then he dropping shit, then dropping some more shit, and they all be all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he do it like nothing. So he's the most consistent. People definitely need to. I feel like hopefully my goal for Steel Fly is that motherfuckers start making them bust out them beats. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I hope a lot of people want some more of that production too. But
Right.
he I don't know what to call. He could do everything, man. You hear how he rap and you hear how he produce, and
Yeah.
people can't fuck with neither one.
Yeah. So Sean, I went through was it Mad Max, Iceman, Missing Links, Radio Raheem. I went through it all, man.
Bolo
So
Young.
yes, Bolo Young,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
I would say you got bulletproof raps. There's no chinks in your armor, bro. That's how I describe it, man.
I appreciate
Uh,
that.
yeah, man. So I wanted to ask Sean, is it intimidating to work with Sean? Like as an MC, knowing what he does as a lyricist, and how does that impact your music working with Sean? I thought I'd ask you, Griot.
Man, you know, I got my two biggest creatively when I was working on Steel Fly, trying to get in the zone and make it. My two biggest inspirations for it musically was, you know, was Mad Max, and there was my two biggest inspirations. What I was listening to was Mad Max, and there's a mixtape by Raz Fresco called Polo Sporty Since a Shorty.
Right.
But since Sean Lynch was putting out Mad Max while he's sending me beats and I'm trying to write, you
Right.
know, it was I gotta listen to. I'm trying to listen to catch him how he catch him. But it's like in that competitive spirit, I love trying to rap with this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's funny because to me, I've been listening to all his stuff. He been had a long catalog.
Right. Right.
So to me, it's like I'm stepping up to ask him for something from my perspective. So to me, it was like that competitive spirit. Like I get to spar with him. I wasn't even expecting features at first, to be honest. You know, I'm stepping up. I'm like, look, if I could just get the beats, I like get the production. And
Right.
he came down, you know, and let me and spar with me on some of the features. I was happy to be able to pull out his sword. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like to both of you, I feel like you really mastered the sound on Steel Fly. Do you plan on staying here, Griot, sound wise?
I'm gonna give folks a break. I'll probably give folks a little break. Like I'm gonna drop a couple of joints this year,
Yeah.
but they not gonna be Steel Fly though. No, that's gonna it's you. I feel like it would be unfair to keep hitting folks with it like that immediately.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely would be lying if I said me and Sean Link's not gonna do some more shit. You
Got
know,
it.
that would be a lie for sure. We definitely doing more shit.
Right.
We'll probably let it breathe a little bit. I know how he is. I know he got 1,000 projects already done right now. You know,
Yeah.
ready
Yeah.
to fly.
The thing is, like, I think it's tough knowing where to settle sound wise as an artist. Like, do you stay in a sound? Do you keep trying different things? It's a really tough decision, man. I won't say I mastered it in my time, but it's tough knowing which way to take it, right? So I thought I'd ask you. Um, yeah. So Griot, I noticed you say you don't use a pen. So do you freestyle your shit like Jay-Z or more type it in your phone?
Nah, I do a lot of like mental building. I do a lot of mental building that kind of developed from my days working Amazon. I did a lot of delivery driving for Amazon where I'm in my van, you know, 8 to 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? Where ain't no chance to do nothing like that. So I
Right.
just play and I just get to think. And
Mm.
maybe by the time my shift is over, I've thought enough to have some shit in my head like, okay, I want this shit to go like this, and I'll lay it down like that. So I learned how to move like that. So I'll build up in my head,
Yeah.
sharpen it, craft it, and lay it down.
Lay it down so you don't forget it. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Got it. Got it. And Sean, what's your writing process like? I imagine you use a pen. The way
Yeah,
how intricate your rhymes are, man.
nowadays, I use a pen.
Do
But
you?
I used to do the same thing, like Griot said. You know what I'm saying? I used to do a lot of things in my head. Like when I was his age, I used to have like 15, 20 rhymes in my head. But
Right.
I used to do the same thing. I used to uh, come up with bars and you know what I'm saying, and remember them and just build on it until
Right.
I feel like it's done. But as I got older, you know what I'm saying, I don't remember a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely when I put a beat on, if the beat is dope and wherever the beat takes me, that's where my pen go. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? My pen, it follows the beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's real simple, man. It ain't even no rocket science. Like if the beat is
Yeah.
dope, my pen just it goes that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
real simple, and you know what I'm saying, it just goes off, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you got ill thoughts constantly running through your head, man.
All the
It's
time,
just a
man.
matter of
All the
getting to
time.
a beat.
All the time. I'm trying to say something ill or say something you never heard, or if you heard it
Right.
before, it's a different way. I'm always scheming on something lyrically, man.
Right.
And he works fast too.
Yeah.
He come with
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Wow. So Sean, I want to put a little more focus on you, if that's cool. Did you grow up in North Carolina, and like how would you describe growing up, if you
Yeah,
care to
yeah.
share?
I grew up
Huh?
in North Carolina, and you know what I'm saying. Like I said, uh, being inspired by New York artists. Growing. I mean, visiting New York. I got family in New York, and you know what I'm saying. Watching music videos. Like I always been a fan of like dope hip hop. You know what I'm saying. I'm an '80s baby, so
Right.
me coming up, watching video vibrations and all of this type stuff. Like I just fell in love with, you know what I'm saying, dope MC and like into the 36 Chambers,
Yeah.
New, Mob Deep. Like I just fell in love with that versus like a lot of my homies was banging like Master P and
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, Outkast and a lot of South stuff, but I was
Hmm.
on like that New York wave and it stuck with me, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
to this day, I'm still listening to my old playlist that I grew up listening to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Smith
Yeah.
Wesson and all of that type stuff. So me coming up as a shorty, I would say like, I had a big, and New York had a big influence on me. So, and I
Yeah.
always loved New York. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, as a kid, I always wanted to go there in the summer, be up there with my aunts, my
Yeah.
grandfather, my cousins. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. To be honest, for me, I never really tapped into Master P
yeah,
myself, to
yeah,
be
yeah,
honest. So
yeah.
I
Me
just
neither.
didn't,
I
man.
used
It
to.
just I like razor sharp lyricism. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
me
saying?
too.
So I don't
Me
know.
too.
So
Me too.
yeah.
I never really got into Master P neither. I just always heard like his singles that he dropped. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
yep.
So going through your catalog, I see you've worked with like Pro Dillinger, Substance A10, Maze. I've actually interviewed Pro and Maze.
Hmm.
Aston Eastwood from Toronto. Machacha, I guess, is one of the producers. You put vinyl out with Copenhagen Crates. I feel like even though like you've been doing this since 2020, putting out the music, I feel like you've burst on the scene and you're kind of like in the inner circle of the underground. Like, how did that happen so quickly? It seems quick to me.
Um,
Uh,
I'm nice like that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? To be
got
honest,
it.
you know what I'm saying? I'm nice like that. Like
Yeah,
I'm new to the game, but I'm not new to this music shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been I've been dope for a long time, and me presenting myself how I did, I just came in at the right time where I
Right.
felt like I was already well seasoned when people found out that I rap. Because when I
Yeah.
started promoting my beats and stuff on Instagram and, you know, social media and stuff like that, people, you
Yeah.
know, they had a good 6 months of seeing me producing.
Yeah.
But I fucked around and posted a freestyle one time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I did a song to one of my beats or something like that, and people just started going crazy and was hitting me up like, yo, I ain't know you rap too. And
Yeah.
then the level of, you know, rapping that I'm at, you know what I'm saying, they was just like, it's different, you know what I'm saying, they
Yeah.
never heard nothing like that before.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yeah.
don't rap like, you know, how I rap, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, you know, I don't want to, you know, put other people down on what they do, but I rap different. You could tell I rap different from a lot of
Absolutely.
cats. So yeah, basically me coming in, like, you know, I guess, you know, the artists, they felt like a lot of people got on the album through the producers I was working with. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They felt like, you know, this cat is dope. You know what I'm saying? They felt like the track was dope enough to get on. So a lot of features came through the producers I was working with. You know what I'm saying? I never, you know, knew people like that to, you know, reach out to them to get on anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But Maze Overlay, I reached out to Maze Overlay, you know, after, you know, I was already, you know, making my
But
rounds. And you know what I'm
by the
saying?
way, Maze is amazing.
Yeah, Maze
Do
is
you
dope.
agree?
Yeah, he dope. He dope. Yep.
Go. Sorry, I cut
Yeah,
you off. Sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead.
but yeah, basically Maze, I reached out to Maze because, you know, we uh we we got together on Instagram, and you know what I'm saying, we chopped it up, and you know what I'm saying, so I had his number and shit, so he was in my corner. I could hit him up for a verse or whatever, so I got him on the culprit, and you know what I'm saying, Pro Dillinger, and you know what I'm saying, Substance, and you know what I'm saying, Josiah, to give those cats was like those Jamil Honesty, those his people. So you know what I'm saying, he reached out to them and got them on certain tracks and stuff like that. So, and
Yeah.
then like I said, the rest of the artists was, you know what I'm saying, was through like the producers I was working with. So they just felt like, yo, you gotta get on it. I'm working with this new cat, Sean Links.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, I've been doing this for a minute, man. So everybody, I guess it's the shock factor of me coming
Yeah.
on the scene like I did, and
Yeah.
I'm already well
Polished.
seasoned. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm well
Yeah.
seasoned already. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It happened,
Yeah.
you know, it happened like that kind of quick.
So look, as far as bars go, I consider you a heavyweight.
Appreciate
So I
that.
wanted to ask you specifically, who's in your top five? Specifically you,
My
Sean. I wanted to
top
ask you.
five would be Raekwon the Chef.
Yo, can I stop there for a second?
Hey,
If that's cool.
hey.
By the way, there was like a 2-year period where he was my favorite MC. But I thought of Raekwon when I listened to your bars. The way you just slip shit in,
Yeah,
slick. I thought of Raekwon. I was gonna ask you if he influenced you, but go
definitely,
ahead.
definitely. Because Raekwon, like, nobody raps like Ray. You know what I'm saying? He has his
Right.
own. He has his own way of, you know what I'm saying, putting shit together. I always thought that, like, when it comes to that fly talk, like Ray, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, he got it in the pocket. But like my top five though would be Ray, Nas, definitely, you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
AZ, the old AZ, and
Right.
these is all MCs that was in their prime, you know what I'm saying, the 90s. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not that, you know what I'm saying, diss them now, what they doing now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah. I
old AZ,
gotcha.
the old, not Nas still got it, but the old AZ, I always argue with the homies like AZ is kind of better than Nas to me, you know what I'm saying? But
Think so?
yeah, I think
Because you
certain
like the
tracks.
patterns more. The patterns
Yeah,
more.
exactly.
Like that.
Certain tracks, like he be talking. So I would
Right.
say Raekwon, AZ, Nas, Black Thought, and Jizza.
Okay.
The genius, Jizza.
And you put Raekwon at number one. Prime Raekwon. You put him at number one. Is that what you're saying?
Out of everybody, nah, it's not. It's no order. It's no
Okay.
particular order.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
Okay.
I love the Jizza, man. Like he makes me think. You know what I'm saying? And I like listening to, you know what I'm saying, I back in the day, like listening to Wu albums, like I could literally like smoke a L to the head and just really listen to their lyrics. Like
Yeah.
every lyric they spit out, I want to hear what they saying, how they
Yeah.
saying it, what they mean. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, man. I came into knowledge of self with the homies, you know what I'm saying, in New York as I got older. And I fell in love with that too, because I love Wu-Tang. So, you know what I'm saying? Some of my homies I met in New York was God Bodies as well.
Right.
So it all just came together, man. And like, I'm from that cloth, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
from that cloth. Like, I was molded. You know what I'm
You,
saying? Like I said in a rhyme, I was raised by them 9 dudes. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
that's
I,
I come from that same cloth, man. Like getting busy on the mic, I love that shit.
I actually understand Wu-Tang better as an adult than I did as a teenager,
Me
and I
too.
think that's cool that you can return to the music and get and understand it
Like,
better,
oh, that's what
and it's even more
they.
genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
it's incredible. Um, and what artists are you respecting today heavily? Can you throw out a few names?
Uh, I would say definitely I'm respecting my guy Griot Pen. Um,
Of course.
uh, I still, like I said, I still listen to a lot of '90s music. I don't really listen to a lot of people right now, but
Yeah,
you know, the underground, everybody doing their own little thing. You know what I'm saying? I respect anybody pen, and you know what I'm saying, who really know how to get down. You know what I'm saying? But as of late, I mean, I really don't even be listening to many people but myself, Griot shit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people get busy, man. I fucks with Griselda.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I fucks with 38, Rock and them. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes get busy, man. They
yeah,
from that same cloth too. You know what I'm saying? You know, we all in that same age bracket. So, you know, they from that cloth too.
yeah, yeah. I interestingly, I don't have all the time in the world these days, but I only listen to the artists I interview. I've made the decision, bro. I'm supporting like the underground artists on the
Yeah.
come up, so I just listen to whatever I think is dope.
Yeah.
And since I stopped rapping, I'm a much better fan of other
Okay.
artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
It's
that's
definitely like this tier, it's definitely a lot of dope talent out, man. It's a
yeah,
lot of dope talent, and I'm digging it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I'm a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I
yeah, man.
can, you know what I'm saying, contribute, you know what I'm saying, good dope music as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So one more question for you, and then a couple closing questions, and we'll wrap it up if that's
All
cool with you.
right.
So I went through a catalog. I went through everything once.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to everything front to back, and it's actually really hard for me to pick a favorite of yours
Mm.
because everything is so high level, bars wise, and the production is dope. Like I couldn't even pick a favorite. This is off one listen of
Wow.
each. So I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite out of your work, or can you even rank your albums?
Yeah.
Or
I mean, yeah. I mean, now let's get it clear.
right,
All my joints is crazy. You know what I'm
right,
saying? All my joints is crazy.
right,
But for me, like, you know, all my joints is well put together, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just have a bunch of songs and throw a bunch of songs together and just call it an album. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
really sit with one producer and we build on the energy and we make it happen like that. So, but for me, my favorite project out of all my projects right now, man, like, is Mad Max.
Mad
Yeah,
Max,
that's my favorite joint. Like, because I feel like how I put that together with the character name. As you know, all my albums is, you know, named after like movie characters. I'm a movie head, so you know what I'm saying.
right,
Like, the energy of the album or however I'm feeling, like I named the album after a certain character, like villains or, you know what I'm saying, good guys or
right,
whatever. But Mad Max was that one because like I really captured the visual of the skits, the sound.
mm,
And shout out to Holy Smokes, man, because like I swear, like he sent me some undeniable beats, man, that really took me to another place. And I felt like with Mad Max, I felt like that was the time of me learning this game of music that, you know, to let me know, look, stay in your lane,
Yeah.
Do what you do. Don't expect nothing. And you know what I'm saying? I'm a one-man army, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like
Right.
that's how Mad Max was. Like he was doing his own thing. He was
Got
standing in
it.
his own lane,
Got it.
you know, doing what he had to do in this, you know, fucked up world or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the game is good, but it's also fucked up too. It's a lot of bad shit, good shit. You know what I'm saying? So for me learning and you know, hitting bumps along the way, I just felt like Mad Max on my journey. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
at that
Right.
point in
Right.
time.
So
So Mad
it
Max would be my favorite, man. It's really it's undeniable, man. Like all the way, I could play that album all the way through, and my other joints too, but that's my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, let me turn this right quick. I even got the poster. You know what I'm
nice.
saying? I got the poster done. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like, yo, that's my joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool that it has that extra meaning. I'm definitely gonna give it at least one more spin.
yeah.
Um,
Appreciate that.
definitely. So young Bolo, I caught wind in your IG that there's a signed copy by young Bolo himself
Bolo
out there.
Young, yeah,
Bolo
yeah,
Young.
yeah.
Sorry. Can you tell us about that and who has that
Man,
copy?
I wish I
That's crazy.
could. I stumbled on that. I stumbled upon that on YouTube, and
Right.
my wife was like, "Look at." She was like, "Yo, babe, look at this." And I was like,
Right.
"What's that?" And she showed me like, "Yo, somebody doing a review on my album.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
over in China somewhere, or
Yeah.
wherever they was at, Japan or something."
Yeah.
And they was, you know, reviewing my album. He had the tape, he had the CD, and he had two different vinyls. So
Yeah.
he said, somebody in the comments was saying that he got they got their copy actually signed by the real Bolo Young. But
That's
he said
amazing.
Bolo Young said he never heard of it, and that's his first time seeing it. So he
Yeah.
said he was excited about it and he signed it for him. So
Right.
whoever that person is in the world, that's golden.
That
You know what I'm saying?
that's the most valuable copy
I swear to
of
God. I swear to God, that
Oh,
copy of Bolo Young needs to be framed. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And I wish I could get that copy, but whoever got that copy
Right.
and got
Right.
that signed, they deserve that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So salute to them. And that's just amazing in itself to know a character that I chose for my album in real life
Yeah.
actually signed it.
Yeah.
So that was big. So when I saw that, I was in awe. Like, yo,
That's amazing.
this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I can't stop this shit, man. You know what I'm
I
saying? So because for somebody to do that and get my shit and get it signed by the actual, you know, the real Bolo Young man, what can I say, man?
would you buy it back?
I It
Would you buy
depends
it
on how
from them?
much you want for it, because man,
Right.
I know I'll be saying a couple of thousand for that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's a real dope album too. That's my second favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
So closing questions. I got a few of them for you guys. If so, this is for both of you. If I've interpreted both your lyrics correctly, you guys seem to be doing well without music. Correct me if I'm wrong. And on that note, like, what are your aspirations with hip hop, and what keeps you motivated to work at this shit? And yeah,
I,
and what do you want to do with it? What would you like to do with it? End
to
game.
be honest, I would like to make a little more money,
Right.
and I love the fact that the fans really love my music. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what really keeps me going. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Money is secondary for me. You know what I'm saying? So when I make a little money, I don't care if it's $50. I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I've been doing this shit for so long for free. It's
Yeah.
this my passion. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get
Yeah.
off for money, but I would like to make more money off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, what keeps me going is the fans and the love that I get, you know, because I do music definitely like for me, like, you know what I'm saying? From what I feel on the beat and what I want to write, I'm not thinking about nobody else. I'm thinking about what I want to do and what I want to say. and how I want this to come across. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for people to love it and accept it the way they have been accepting it, I'm motivated by that, man. I really love that. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who
Most definitely.
bought my music, downloaded my music. You know what I'm saying? Got some merch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving it.
That's dope, man. And can I ask the same question to you, Griot?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, for me, you know, I'm still finding my feet in this shit for real. You know, my first job was 2019 or something like that. Um, for me, it's knowing that there's a higher level to this shit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, I already feel like I'm nice. There's people telling me I'm nice, and I feel like I'm getting nice, but I know that I could take this shit somewhere else. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So my name,
Right.
really, I want to become undeniable. That's my main goal. I want to become undeniable. Like nobody could say, you know, I'm not really doing this shit. I feel like that's the position I want to get in right now. And I'm doing fair, but I think to equate to what Lynx was saying as far as the money, it would be much nicer if the music is why I was doing decent. You know what I'm saying? If the
Yeah.
music was when the music started paying the rent, that's different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I I'm big blue collar, but don't get if I didn't have to be no more,
Yeah.
that would be fire. You
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Thanks.
That would be fire.
Makes sense. From my end, all I can do is if I hear something dope, I don't focus. I don't know what sells, but I think I have taste in hip hop. And if I hear something dope, I lock in, and all I can do is magnify it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
However much that helps. So that's what I do on my end. But so I wanted to ask both you guys this question as well. Next question: where do you think hip hop will be in 5 years? I asked this question to Javi Darko and Ja King because they're in a different age bracket than me. I wanted to get their perspective, so I thought I'd ask you, Grill, but I'll ask both of you. Where do you think hip hop will be in 5 years?
I think I think it'll be, it'll still be evolving. You know what I'm saying? Because like in with music, the dope thing about music and hip hop and all types of genres, man, like it grows. You know what I'm saying? It evolves differently. So it's no telling what you're gonna be hearing in the next 5 years and stuff like that. But it's a lot of new cats and what I'm saying, new wave of artists that's bringing different things to the table. So I see it in 5 years. I see a lot of different qualities of music. You know what I'm saying, that would you know contribute to the evolution of what music is. So
Right.
Yeah, me personally, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of new faces on the forefront. I mean, I feel like I'm that person where I'm sick of the general music consumer or a popular music consumer in
Right.
terms of rap and hip hop. If they hear any of my stuff, the only thoughts they can have is, oh, like J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar. It's only two options.
Isn't
There's
that
no
annoying? How annoying
there's
is that?
no other options to the general music consumer
Yeah.
of what
Yeah.
I might sound like.
Yeah.
And I feel like next 5 years there's gonna be new faces on the forefront.
right.
I feel like it's extremely competitive right now. There's a lot of people that could really, really, really rap right now. And I also feel like there's been a decent shift where the OGs are doing a little bit better at reaching out and making tracks with the younger generation of artists and trying to pull them up and stuff like that. So I feel like that's gonna help. I feel like it's gonna help do a little shift. You know what I'm saying? As far as them trying to connect and you see people in Wu Tang sometimes nodding their heads to some trap shit. Or I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think a lot of OGs sometimes I feel like they advocate some of the wrong young 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 talent, but I feel like within the next 5 years, there's gonna be a lot of winners that come out of it.
Yeah. For me personally, again, you, Javi Darko, Joaquin the Divine, the three artists I've interviewed so far, they're under 25. Because I'm older, you know what I mean? Naturally, my following was like older people. But I've never felt brighter about the future of hip hop. To be honest with you, just listen to you three guys. All of you guys produce like masterpieces, and it's keeping it hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And pushing it in a new direction and another level. So I haven't felt better since talking to you guys, to be honest. So
That's
Appreciate it.
dope.
yeah,
Much
man.
love.
So just to close out, I thought I'd ask what's next for each of you guys, whatever you care to share.
Well, for me, 2024 right now, I'm just stacking, more beats. Working on another production album. Basically 2024, I'm dropping my new project, fully produced by the custodian of records. It's called Blade Brown, another character album. This is
Nice.
what y'all gonna get from me.
Right.
More dope character albums. So Blade Brown is next for me, and I got some dope producers I'm working with that I'm dropping more shit for 2024. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all be on the lookout. I ain't stopping, man.
Dope. And what about you, Griot?
For me right now, like I said a little bit earlier, to me, Steel Fly, that was my first full album, you know what I'm saying, where I really mapped it together. Like I had the concepts and everything before I wrote a lyric, before I had a beat, before I had a song title. I had the concept, and
Right.
then we made it. So for me, I'm gonna let that breathe a little bit more, let it have its rotations, let it grow a little bit, and I'm gonna do a few moves to try to expand the fan base. That's my part for the rest of this year. That's my priority, is expanding the fan base, and then come 2024, I would like to start hitting motherfuckers in the head with shit that's ridiculous again. But
Gotcha.
my next
Still
thing is,
fly too.
yeah, that's happening. Yeah,
Please,
that's definitely happening.
please. Yes, please.
Yeah,
Look, the last look,
yeah.
this
We
dude,
definitely gonna jump back in there
yeah,
real
yeah,
soon. Real soon.
he already got stuff I feel like sound better than the first shit. I feel
Right.
after the first shit came out, he probably was like, look, he got to take it to the next level too. This his production, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I already was over there. He was playing some shit I wanted
yeah,
already. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Right.
Definitely.
Send me that shit, But right now I'm gonna do some with a French dude, Haga Corey. That's gonna be like a 5-song EP, Technicolor Easels. He got
Nice.
he got a lot of Spotify listeners. That's what I'm after right now. That'll be cool. And he has cool production. That's gonna be more soulful, a little slower.
Yeah.
Um, and then if you listen to my stuff, I'm gonna do I'm actually gonna do a My Condolences too. And I'm gonna have Dropped Out Beats do that one.
Got
I'm gonna have Dropped
it.
Out do My Condolences too, because I wanna, like I said, he's starting up on my label kinda. So I
Yeah.
wanna start incorporating all of them dudes. So I'm gonna do that with him.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to that as well. And salute to him for setting up the
Yeah.
interview. Um, I want to say, like, once I interview people, I start promoting their music. I only focus on artists I talk to. So I'm gonna start pushing your music because I fuck with it heavy. I
Dope.
want to salute everyone that is on the live. Oya's daughter, Real Kenny Black, Official Aaron, AJ, Koosh, yeah, everyone that joined, and thanks for jumping on, man. Any last words before we depart?
Keep streaming.
Yo,
Yeah, most definitely. That's what I
appreciate
got.
everybody for tapping in. Salute to everybody that's in the live. Hit me
Love.
up on Sean Links Official. That's IG. YouTube me. I got my website, loungeboymusic.com. New clothing line coming. So, everybody stay tuned. And, I appreciate you having us, man. Dope show.
Thank you,
No,
thank you so
absolutely. Yeah,
much.
definitely dope interview. I would definitely check out that album if you haven't already. That Still Fly is going crazy.
Yep.
Uh, Hopefully,
I've been trying to convince. The thing that makes me angry, I just want, when I say something, I just want people to believe me, you know,
yeah.
and peep it immediately. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I've been pushing it, so I'll keep pushing it for a bit. So yeah, man. Yeah.
No,
So,
stay
all
tuned. We got footage coming soon. Another video on the way and stuff like that.
Yep.
But still,
yeah,
like, we're not letting up on that yet.
dope, dope. All right. Well, thank you. Have a great night, and we'll stay in touch.
All
Yeah,
right.
peace, peace.
Peace.
Peace.